Well, she's back. uh, I hope everybody can hear me okay. And I had written some things down here. One is to start with. I think it's Mike Flynn. You know, he just got his pardon, and I had somebody ask me if this means everything. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Does this mean everything he could be in trouble with the law is over? Or is maybe Judge Sullivan? Maybe somebody's gonna. This is gonna get pushed out into other courts. Some of the stuff about him. So I don't know, but let's see if he's really totally out of trouble. Is he out of trouble? We're just going to read on him really quick. Of course, what's going on with him right now, I'm sure he's higher than a kite and happy and got his way. And he had more stuff on Donald Trump probably than anybody else, because Trump was worried about him from the get-go. You know, they said that during the campaign that he sat next to him in the plane, that through his first campaign, that him and Flynn were just like two peas in the pod, that they talked constantly about everything, and I'm sure it was about Russia. I know people get tired of hearing about that, but I'm sure it was, because everybody knows that was one of the things that he was in trouble for and called a traitor for by the judge that had the facts on that case. Also with his stuff with Turkey. Also, he was trying to set up how to kidnap that guy from Turkey and send him back to Turkey. I mean, this is one evil asshole. And which, you know, just made him Trump's best friend. Two peas in a pod there. But what's going on with him? Is he totally out of the woods? Nobody knows exactly how that pardon reads, or if they haven't mentioned it. But he's just pardoned from lying to Congress, or is he pardoned from a lot of other stuff that he might be in up to his teeth? So is he totally free from the law? That's what we'll ask. Is he totally free from any prosecution for anything? From here on out, for the next 5 years, we'll put it that way, because if a man lives long enough, you know damn well somebody's paying attention, he can be prosecuted for something because he's an evil asshole. But anyway, for the next 5 years, is he going to be protected from prosecution? Michael Flynn. For the next 5 years. Or is this going to come back and bite him in the ass? Robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's what I call this card. So there is some other stuff out there that could come back to get him. And he's already thinking about that. You know, the obstacle over this is, look at all these court cases and subpoenas flying. And we got the eight of wands here. All this stuff just flying as quick as it can. So I have a feeling that when they get in there, they're going to find things so bad that they're going to find so much new information that there's still going to be so many court cases flying all over And it looks like he could definitely. That's what he's worried about. He's worried about getting the obstacle and getting, because of the influence of those cases, being caught up right in the middle of it. And at the base of the reading, we got justice. And we know damn well if he gets justice that some of this stuff's going to come in and get him. So I don't know. It looks like he could still be in trouble. Right now he feels like the jail is just opened and let him out, but he's still worried about something, or he would have got this card to start with, even though it's upside down. Somebody opened the jailhouse door, but that didn't stop his yeah. I don't know what's still out there, but there's something out there that Michael Flynn is really, really worried about, and he knows it could bring his whole world down right on his head. So even though he got this pardon, there's still some fear, really bad fear, somewhere in his mind of what he knows and what could get him in trouble. And it's to do immediately with the White House. It's stuff that he knows that went on during this last election, and different deeds that he did to help win that election for Trump. I don't mean the last election a couple of weeks ago. I mean the one where Trump got in. And he knows that he helped prop up getting Trump in the White House to begin with, and he knows it wasn't on it. It just wasn't. Something's going to come out in the future about that. He's already wishing whatever it was he done, he hadn't done it, because he's not feeling safe. I got the Fool card here, even though it's upside down. He was helping the Fool. And even though he's worked so hard covering all this up, keeping the really important stuff under taps and not letting it out, he's not feeling very safe. He's just not feeling very safe. His hopes and fears is too many people know about what he done. It's been bragged about. They've toasted cups to it. He was the big bad whip that was going to get away with all this stuff. And this is right next to the subpoenas coming. There's too many people that know other things that he's involved in. And the outcome of this isn't jail or anything, but they're going to be fighting to stay out of jail. He's going to be worrying about this, wrestling with it and fighting with it for a long time, because he's still worried about this information coming out. And right now, he's still worried about big information coming out. So we'll have to see what's uncovered when they get in there and start looking through some of the records from that White House, what they haven't burned or carried out the door or tore up or destroyed. Because there's some really bad stuff, and he's involved in it, even though he wasn't there for most of the, for all of them, except the first couple of weeks of this administration. He was still in on most of the secrets of how they got in there to start with. And I know Linda G always says that they're going to find out that Trump wasn't a legitimate president at all. And if they dig deep enough to find out that he wasn't, and a lot of things, I really think that she's one of the best psychics out there. If they find out he was an illegitimate president, then then Flynn will be right in the middle of it. There's no doubt about it, because he followed that fool right down that fool's place. So he still could be in trouble. He could end up being in lots of trouble. Let me turn these cards back up straight so they don't come up crooked again. So that's what's going on there with him. And the next person was Mitch McConnell. Will he be in trouble? And then underneath I got a deal by his wife too. So will Mitch McConnell be in trouble? And you know, when I started this video, I don't know, I said hello because I just finished another one. But anyway, hello, my name's Lynn. And if you're not subscribed, I'd really appreciate it. I usually read on straight political cards, but I just got through on doing one on this on December 22nd that I was going to put up separate. When I started this video, I think I just sat down and went right into it like I hadn't even turned it off and back on again. But anyway, wow, look at all those cards together, all those bad ones. Let's get these all mixed up. So we're going to read on Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell, what's going on with you, Mitch McConnell? What's going on with you? Let's follow you down this rabbit hole and see what comes up for you. The Hanged Man. Hanged Man. So it looks like the Dems are going to pick up at least one of those seats, if not two. Something's putting a stop to him. Something's hanging him up, and that's the only thing I can think of that could possibly hang him up, is if the Dems win that election. And I think you can start registering, or register already if you're not registered in Georgia. Something starts on December 7th. On December 7th. Not the election itself. I think January 6th or something like that's the election. Maybe before that. Don't go too late because of anything I say. But January 7th, I think they are they going to start voting if they're already registered, or is that when they can start registering new people? I think they're already registering new people. And I wanted to tell everybody that even if you're in high school and you're going to be 18 by the day of the election, even if you're not 18 the day before and you vote early, or you vote real early and you're not 18, if you're 18 by the day of that election, then you can go ahead and vote legally if you're, if you're registered. So all you young people that are in high school that are really wanting to change and get the money out of politics and get some progressive people in there, and at least get it to where, not saying with the Democrats that's in there now, we're going to get all the money out of politics. God forbid that any of those ones that's been in there for 40 years are going to let go of that purse string or any of their or any of their power till they pry it out of their cold dead hands. But the younger ones and stuff, I think some of those guys are I think Ossoff, if I'm not mistaken, is progressive. So anyway, but whether they're progressive or not, you want to get those Democrats in Georgia voted in, both of them. And I think from what most people say, the one that's going to have the most trouble is that Ossoff. So anything money you got to send to Georgia to back him, send it to anything, or to back both of them. And then I guess Stacey Abrams has a website where you can help, and there's other ways you can help. So anybody can get involved in getting those people into Congress and putting Mitch out of power, that would be great. But it looks like his influence, his signifier, is his powers getting hung up. Let's hope that the whole reading goes that way. Oh my God. It's because of information coming out. And here we got the Russia card again. And maybe this is to do with his wife. There's something coming out that's going to change his whole outlook on life really quickly here. That's the influence and obstacle over it. He's been messing with our government. Been turning it upside down. Doing things that aren't legal. And when they start looking through the records, he's going to have lawsuits, subpoenas, something coming after him. And he knows that. He's found out something about that in the near past. Whatever he can do, no matter how crooked it is, he's really working on trying to keep the Senate. Keeping his ass out of problems is what it is. Keeping his ass out of jail. Well, I see women toasting their cups in the immediate future. And I think, to me, that's always Democratic women, liberal women, people who want peace on earth, people who want harmony in our politics. So I can't help but think that's Democratic women. And that election's on the 7th, if I'm not mistaken, of maybe you can start voting on the 7th of December, and the elections in January 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that. But anyway, it's not very far away, and we've got women toasting in the near future. So that's good. This is him, what's coming after him, what he's terrified of. He knows. He's as scared as Pompeo and the rest of them, because he knows that if things don't turn out, if he can't be in there to control it, that justice could actually come after him and his wife. And that's right on top of the Russia card here. And there might be a lot of people wanting to talk about who was getting money and who was being paid off, just to try to stay out of trouble if this all comes out. And they're going to find so much stuff when they go in there. We got the Knight of Cups for his hopes and fears. So he's made some deals with some people that he don't trust. He's afraid they might end up coming out with it if they get in trouble and exposing him. And the outcome is the Page of Cups. So I think somebody's going to be a whistleblower, or some information's just coming out about him that he just can't afford to come out, but it's coming out. So that information comes out, he could be in all kinds of trouble. There's no towers, there's no there could be worse cards in here, but there's justice, there's the law and that he's been using and hiding behind Russia. And there's justice is what's going on inside himself. And it's not, he's not a just person, so he's terrified that justice is coming after him for some sneaky deals he made. He's even thinking about somebody maybe he could give up. I don't know who he could give up, unless it was something Trump did or something. I mean, he's too high on the totem pole. And it looks like there's going to be a whistleblower against him. So, that's what I've got on Mitch McConnell. And let's do another one here. I'm always worried about the time because I don't like to bore people. But I'm going to grab a different deck of cards here. That one's feeling used. I don't know if I want to waste a new deck of cards on Rudy. I don't even know why I would be wanting to read on Rudy. Everybody's so sick of Rudy, but let's see what's going on here. Somebody wanted to know how many pardons that Trump is going to throw out there before he gets out. I wonder if he's just going to pardon Pompeo and Rudy and Jr. and Ivanka and Eric and Manafort. I think he's already pardoned Manafort, but he might get picked up on some other stuff that's local. Bill Barr. So, let's do Donald Trump. I wasn't going to do him, but let's do him. Let's finish up the reading doing him. So what is he, how many people is he going to have to pardon to keep his own ass out of trouble? I think that when they get to looking into things, the one that's going to be in the deepest trouble is Pompeo. So let's ask about Pompeo. Let's read about Pompeo. We know he's going all over the world. What's he going all over the world for? You know, he's making shady deals, covering up money, stashing money, maybe picking up money, maybe moving money. There's something going on that all of a sudden he has to go take a really quick trip all over. If it was anybody else's, like a Democrats person, what in the hell, what is he, can't remember what he's called, but this, in that same slot, that they'd be wanting to know everywhere he was stopping, everybody he was talking to, what his schedule was, and all this kind of shit that Donald Trump's never let anybody know. He's never ran the White House or any of the heads of state or the government like it was supposed to be ran. But we know he's up to no good. So what's Pompeo up to? Let's just ask what he's up to. Let's not even worry about the pardons. But what's he up to? What's Mike Pompeo up to? No good. Whatever he's doing is probably getting people killed around the world. Everybody following Trump's been getting people killed here in the United States because they haven't been doing anything about the COVID, except letting people die. Anyway, hopefully they'll get some sanity going with that before it's through and cut it back. Okay, let's see. Pompeo. Mr. Pompeo. You put a circle around that so I know how to... I'll forget who I was reading on when I get through here. This one I read on. So, what's going on for you for the next year? In the next year? What's your life look like for the next year? Let's take it a whole year out to when there might be some investigations going. Well, that's a good starter. The signifier is he's afraid his ass is going to be in jail. Look at that. He's already contemplating maybe having to go to jail. Somebody's trying to blackmail him already. Not for a whole lot of money, not compared to what he's stolen, but he's got somebody after him already. The foundation is the hangman. He's not sure which way to go. Thinks he's going to make a smooth transition out of there, but it looks like something's going to hang him up. Some deal he made in the past with some woman is going to be affecting what's going to go on with him this next year, because there's some truth coming out. Something he tried to cover up. Something he tried to cover up that he thought was covered up, and the truth's going to come out. And that's going to make him have some decisions to make. It's to do with some of his doings overseas, probably in Saudi Arabia. It's about money he took that he had no business taking and put back. He's hoping he can get out of this. That maybe Trump's going to make just a pardon and pardon them all. He's hoping he can get out of it. But that's just his hopes and fears. And it shows him here hoarding money. So that's what he's doing by traveling around the world right now. He's putting money back. He's putting money back all over. Putting money in accounts, moving money from accounts. Talking to foreign leaders about money for the arms sales and all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't look like he's going to end up with as much of it as he was planning on. There's a whistleblower in there. They don't come out as quick as they should, but once everything comes out in the open, they'll come out with the truth. And judgment's going to come down on him. So he is going to end up in trouble within the next year. We're going to be hearing about a lot of stuff that he did. So it looks like Pompeo will definitely be in trouble within the next year. Even if he thinks he skated out of there. There's truth coming out. We got 2 aces in here. Truth's coming out about all the money he put back. Anyway, I'm really getting tired. It's almost 2 o'clock. I want to tell y'all that I just really appreciate you following this channel. I appreciate you watching my videos, and I just want to thank you all. And if anybody wants a reading, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. Get a hold of me and I'll get right back to you, and we'll set you up with a reading. And just things are just going to get better, people. They are. You know, we don't live in Disneyland. We're not going to wake up and everything's perfect. And of course, there's going to be a lot of things that could be done better, but at the same time, it's going to be so much better. We're all going to feel so relieved and so happy about what's going on. So, not thrilled, but a lot relieved and happy. Anyway, I love you all, and thanks for watching, and night now. Bye-bye. Namaste. Or I should have said namaste. Shouldn't say that without... I have to salute the Christ in you. Night, everybody. Bye-bye now.